What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and welcome to a map that has not been shown yet on YouTube. This is a in-development map being developed by Super Scott and a few other guys that is a racing map specifically designed for pre-runners like this and the other pre-runner over there that are designed by Banks. Now, why do we need specific maps for these trucks? Well, basically, they're way too fast for any other tracks, and we tried them out on one of the other racetracks that I've been using for a while that you guys have seen, and basically they always felt too small for that map. They always felt the map always felt too tight, and the track always felt too small for the truck, and they've designed basically a sprint track here, and as you see on the map, it's not huge. We have a section over here and then a section over here. Basically, the track follows a route all the way out to here, so currently it's just a sprint route, but let's start this beast up, and I'll show you guys why this map is, in my opinion, one of the best ideas that people have come up with so far in MudRunner now, or at least as of recently. Now, it reminds me very, very much of a lot of the maps that we used to see in the original SpinTires by people like Blackwater, for example. Now, Blackwater's race maps were some of the most fun maps I have ever played. And still to this day were some of the most fun maps I've ever played. And this reminds me of those so much, with the massive banked corners and, you know, all of these different jumps. And they were designed specifically for fast vehicles. Now, this one has a massive tunnel that you do have to go into first-person view to take care of, because if you leave it in third person, your camera will do this weird, funky thing where it basically hovers above the mountain, and it does the same above that bridge, but that's just something that the SpinTires camera does. It's not something that you're ever going to be able to get through, I think. I think people have even tried to figure out a way to mess with the camera coding to try to fix that, and I don't think anybody's been able to figure that out. Now, I could be wrong, but if anybody has figured it out, let me know in the comments below. But personally, I don't know if anybody's figured that out yet. But the other thing that I wanted to see about with this video is that would you guys be interested in playing race maps? Because that's something that, you know, we haven't really looked into all that much. Is would the community be interested in playing race maps in MudRunner? Because the community back in the original game absolutely loved these maps, and I feel like a lot of people would love a place to really be able to use these pre-runners and faster trucks, aside from the normal maps. We're getting really close to that edge. That was a little bit too far, and that would have probably also really messed up either our wheel, our tire, or our suspension, or all three of those things, had that have been a real impact. But it's SpinTires, so, well, it's MudRunner, so I'm not really too concerned about it. Now, I think in moving on with this idea of, would people be interested in, oh god, oh, well, we're okay, glitched into the ground a little bit. But moving on with this idea of whether or not people would be interested in off-road race maps, I think a big thing with that is you can't really use these off-road race vehicles without tracks to use them on. Now, of course, you can bomb around different maps, but you know, like different stock maps, but where's the fun in that? In my opinion, like, I want to be able to race people. I want to be able to use these in an environment that they were designed for, and a map like this, and if they decide to make more, really would allow a lot of people to use these trucks properly. Now, this section of the map is obviously not yet, you know, it's not yet developed. They haven't done anything with it, but at the same time, it's the quickest way to get back to the garage. So I'm just gonna, like, cruise out here all the way back to the garage. Oh god, little bit of a slide, but we were able to actually recover it pretty damn easily. Now, when you're going really, really fast, I do not recommend using the interior view, because the camera does freak out a little bit. It's almost like the camera doesn't know why you would want to be going this fast, so it just keeps moving further and further back, and it's like, why are you doing this? What does this mean? And why? It's just like, why? What is your point here? And, you know, we all know why we're doing this, because we're in crazy fast pre-runners, but the game doesn't know that, and the camera isn't smart enough to figure that out. So we're back at the garage now, and we're going to do a run in the C10 pre-runner. And let's go ahead and change trucks real quick. The C10 track tune, we'll slap the body on it, and we're going to go ahead and take off. Now, again, another thing is we have this starting grid set up right here for 4-player multiplayer racing, and that, in my opinion, is probably one of the best things to happen since mods started being made for MudRunner. And I think that personally, this is one of the best ideas that really one of the best ideas I've seen overall so far, and one of the ideas I'm most excited about, because competitive off-road racing in SpinTires MudRunner is almost boundless, because there's so many different ways that people could, make tracks and make maps, and there's so much potential for absolutely insane tracks that I think that this needs to happen. This needs to be a thing. And of course, I would love to know your opinions in the comments on what you guys as the community would want around this idea. But I am personally in full support of getting pre-runner maps. Oh boy. Diver. Okay, I'm not sure what that's for, but I guess it's probably for driving a certain amount of distance in water, or underwater, or to trigger the depth warning or whatever, but I guess I'll check it later. Anyways, I think the biggest thing for me with these tracks is that we had that in the first game, and a lot of the modders that were around in the first game have they're either not around for this game, or they've maybe moved to other games, or they're not, making maps anymore. And I think that for somebody to pick right up where, say, for example, Blackwater left off with these maps, I think it'd be really, really, really cool. So, oh god, okay. The thing is, if you screw this part up, you will be in you'll be in the water, but you'll be in the water upside down. And I think that, this is going to be one of those spots where a lot of people screw up. It's going to be one of those spots that's just, you're going to see tons and tons and tons of trucks on their roofs, and trucks on their sides, and trucks, just sitting all over the place, crashed, because people didn't realize what they were coming up on. Because there's really no way for them to recover without, slowing down a little bit, centering the truck, and getting ready for that jump. It's one of the spots where you really have to kind of gather yourself back up before you continue on, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. So, continuing on with the map, I think that this is a absolutely brilliant idea that needs to be fleshed out, 100%. It needs to be fleshed out no matter what. Oh, God. Oh, God. That was a hard hit, and those can happen on this map. They really can, and when they do, they are a little bit harsh. They're a little bit harsh. I don't know how I feel about those super jagged, stair steps. I'm not the world's biggest... Oh, God. I was going to say, I'm not the world's biggest fan of them. I'm sure some people might be, but I am not. Let's see if we can... Oh, there are no trees for us to connect to. And... Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Maybe we can get that wheel to grip up at the top of the hill here. We turn right. Come on. There we go. There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm really, really freaking glad we were able to recover that, actually. This map is a... Woo, boy. This map, like I said before, though, what I want to finish with is... what I want to finish this preview with is... This map, for me, is one of the coolest things I've seen in MudRunner in a very long time, and I'm not really concerned about the fact that I spun out because the finish is, right up here. But it's one of the coolest mods I've seen in a long time, especially one of the coolest ideas I've seen in a long time, and I cannot wait to see this concept fleshed out a little bit more. And if you guys are interested in seeing more maps like this, make sure you let me know in the comments, and also make sure you let the modders and the map makers know to make more race maps, because I want them, and hopefully you guys want them too, and I am very, very excited for the future that comes out of these race maps. But hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought of it, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll see y'all next time. Talk to you guys later.